it becomes an issue. It becomes an issue when you have to address something like this. And people don't really necessarily understand how is it that something like this can affect a person to this point. It's like I want to try to make this in a clear so that everyone is able to understand. You have to bear in mind that consuming meat on your daily basis is a problem if you want to be spiritually enlightened and you want to reach the specific goals in your spiritual path. For people who consume meat at a level of not knowing how that animal died, it becomes a very huge problem and a mistake, because I've said this so many times, telling people that the meat is a problem. It creates emotional imbalances. It is the reason why people are always angry. Someone is easily pissed off, you know? Yes, people do have those emotions, yes. However, they are heightened by the meat that people consume. Typical example, in Africa, in tradition, in our traditional Africa, they whenever they slaughter an animal or livestock, there has to be a way of consulting with the animal to calm it down, to make sure that its consciousness is leveling with your consciousness being, to make sure that the livestock is not under emotional distress, is not under panic attack, is not under anger energy. For when it has to be slaughtered, the animal has made peace with the fact that this will have to take place in a spiritual capacity, because an animal is like a human being, it's like a person, right? Now, when that livestock is being slaughtered, there are ancestors that are involved, guides that are involved, that they communicate with them to make sure that the animal is able to be aligned spiritually, so that whosoever eats the meat doesn't become affected by it. Because it is a problem now that people are consuming meat at a daily basis and they don't even know how the animal died. And you must bear in mind that in a very same way the animal died, you inhabit those burdens within your soul, and that can last for eternity. That can be something that is passed off from one generation to another. Now, when an animal dies out of anger, emotional imbalances and all of that, whoever that eats that meat inhabits all those energies. And now it brings me back to why I say that people who consume meat on a daily basis, it creates that negative state in a person to easily trigger, you know, like whenever something happens, you just want to fight. You just want to fight. You don't care because you're emotional. Now, it's a great distraction now because you are unable to communicate with the spirit, to balance it so that it can be aligned with the energies that can work positively, negatively as a yin yang balanced. You're unable to control all of that, all because of the meat that you ate. So it is already, it's a problem to be in a spiritual path and then eating meat. It's a problem because it creates blockages. However, there's nothing wrong again to eat meat, to consume meat. But I worry so much because many people who are eating meat every day is affecting them spiritually, mentally, and physically. And that would be something I would want to make people see, that it is better to know and see with your eyes that the meat that you're consuming it has been appeased. Its consciousness was able to come in terms as aligning in a spiritual path to know what is about to take place is something that I've made peace with, so that whosoever eats the meat that comes from that livestock, it was out of goodwill. Because 99% of the meat that is being consumed on a daily basis, all those livestock are being killed. They use a gun, they don't slaughter them properly. And all those burdens are inhabited by all the people who eat meat.